My intention for you today is that you would find some peace, freedom in your soul today. And so that's my intention for your practice, but feel free to set your own intention. Go ahead and get comfortable in any seated position on your mat or in your chair, okay? Either way, whether you're on your mat or your chair, I want you to feel fully grounded as we start some breath work. Connecting your hips or whatever part of the body is touching the mat or the chair. And then take a few moments to just notice how your breathing is today, how your soul is feeling today. Take a moment of check-in. Let's begin some breath work. Today, just really using that breath to untie all the knots in our body, okay? Using it to bring us to that place of freedom, that place of peace that we're longing for. Without using our hands, we'll just gently start to take some inhales in the nose. Exhale, either mouth open or lips gently closed. Now, in our next breath, we're going to add sort of a count in your mind to this breath. We're going to inhale for 4 with a pause at the top and a 6 count exhale. So really drawing out that exhale, letting all the breath move out of your belly, your chest. We'll do 1 without movement, then we're going to add some movement. So inhaling 4, 3, 2, 1, pausing. Slow exhale, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Let's take some movement with our hands. Inhaling, 1, 2, 3, 4. Pausing at the top, palms out, blow it all out. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. The next one you count in your mind, but really use your breath to just untie those knots. Using your exhale like a big sigh, let all the stress, tension melt away. Real slow. Excellent. You can rest your hands right here on your lap or anywhere you're comfortable. As we just start to work into our neck and our wrists just a little bit, we're going to take the right ear towards the right shoulder, just gently releasing it. Let gravity do its work here. Extend the left arm. Reach through the fingertips first, and then take a little wrist stretch while you're here. Fingertips up. Fingertips point down. One more time. Be sure to continue that breath. And then roll your wrist out, both directions. Slowly release that arm. Slowly bring the top of the head back. And then drop the left ear to the left shoulder. Relax those shoulders, both of them. Inhale, exhale, melt. Right arm goes out when you're ready. Wiggle your fingers, extend first, then flip fingertips up. And fingertips down. One more time. Roll the wrist out, both directions, little circles. And slowly release the arm, then bring the crown of the head back up. Lovely. Let's get into our shoulders a little bit. So take your hands to your shoulders, elbows straight out in front. So I should have mentioned, today you're going to watch Deb for full expressions of these, but feel free to modify however you want it to look, okay? We're going to take some little circles forward. Those elbows. You're trying to bring the elbows to touch. Of course, you don't have to. You're rotating those shoulders to wherever you feel comfortable. Maintaining that nice strong core, lifting the spine tall. Bring your elbows to touch if you can, and reverse your circles. Good work. Should feel lovely. And then exhale, release those arms to your side. Moving into a cat-cow. So we can do that on all fours, or you can do that seated. Either way, we're just giving that spine some love. Inhaling first, we're going to take that nice arch in the back, elbows moving back and heart coming forward. Big exhale as you pull the navel in, rounding your spine. If you're in the chair, your chin coming towards your chest. Inhale, heart forward again. Doesn't that feel great? Exhale, round. Inhale, come up to a nice neutral table. As we start to melt down to a child's pose. So you're just going to move to your child's pose nice and slow. If you're in the chair, pull the belly in and just release your hands to the mat. Maybe top of the palms up, fingertips to the floor. If you've got any high blood pressure and issues like that, you're not dropping your head, you're keeping it up. But if you can, release the top of your head towards the mat and shake out that tension. Everything is just loose here. That if you're in the chair, your chest is just resting on your thighs, okay? Releasing all tension in the neck and the shoulders, let it go. Lovely child's pose. Moving towards a half lift or a sphinx if you're on your mat. So we want to keep neck in line with your spine. If you're in your sphinx, you're in a little bit of a back bend. If you're in your chair, you're moving those elbows towards each other and just starting to lift the heart just a little bit. Let's take it to a bigger back bend, coming to cobra. Really pressing elbows towards your spine, okay? Press those shoulder blades together. Lift the heart. Exhale, melt right back to a child's pose. Release everything again. From our child's pose, we want to start to open the side body, okay? So from in your chair, you're going to take your left hand underneath your forehead or between your feet. You're going to lift your right elbow. If you can go all the way with that hand, it doesn't hurt your shoulder, fingertips are up. Stretching your side body on your mat, you're just reaching to the left, pushing that right hip out. Make sure the neck's comfortable, big twist. Exhale, bring that hand back down. Make sure you're pulling that navel in if you're in the chair. As you inhale, lift the left side. Elbow or full extension, but relax your neck. You might look down, you might look up. And then exhale, those fingertips come back down between your feet. Soften your neck again. Nice child's pose in the center. Pulling the navel in, you're going to inhale, sweep your arms up. Exhale to a forward fold. Could be more of a rag doll. Forward fold in a chair is going to be real similar to your child's pose. Inhale to a halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, sweep your arms up again, high mountain, or if you're in your chair, you're right here. If you're in the chair, we're moving towards chair pose. So you're going to reach your arms out, slide to the edge of your chair. Make sure those feet feel evenly weighted. Okay, even pressure on all edges of your foot. Lift the glutes off the chair. See if you can hover there. Wiggle your toes a little bit. Lift the heart. One more breath. Now inhale. Reaching up with a big inhale. Turn those palms out in a big exhale. Lovely. Good work. You are now standing. Moving to Warrior 2 series. We're going to dance a little in our Warrior 2. You've got your chair if you need it. Full expression like Deb in these standing postures. The chair is a great prop. You're going to take your right foot first, toes pointed to the right, bending in your right knee. See if you can get those hips square to your chair if you're behind your chair. Torso's right in the middle, arms straight out. Now, in your chair, you've got that option to hold it. You're looking out over your middle right finger, okay? That's your drishti or your gaze. Exhale, see if you can sink down a little bit more. Remember, if this hurts your knee, although it's very strengthening for your knee, but if it doesn't hurt, you can go deeper, but if it does, just lift out of your bend a little bit. Taking our warrior two dance, we're going to flip that top palm. Don't let the legs move. Just reach it as far forward as you can and then reverse. Back to your warrior two. You can always test yourself, see if you can let go of the chair. Headed to extended angle, reaching as far as you can. Right hand can be right here on your thigh. Left hand can stay on the chair or lift straight up. Your choice, relax your neck. Now use your core, use that leg strength to come up to warrior two again, nice and strong. Maybe both arms out. Let's transition to a 5-point star. So your toes are pointed out, your heels are in, your chest is lifted. Hold the chair with one hand if you need to. Exhale right down to a goddess. So I'm going to move my chair for a second. You can also see Deb from the side. Knees are out. Tailbone goes straight down. This is your goddess pose. If you need it for balance, you have your chair, also called horse stance. Option to take your arms to cactus. If you feel solid, both hands out, press your shoulder blades together. Option to lift your heels in your horse, like Deb, if you want to go really deep. So many options today, right? That's why we love this video. One more breath here. Now inhale, come up to that 5-point star again. Lift the heart. Exhale down to left side, warrior two, bending in that left knee. Hips square, torso in the middle. You've got your chair if you need it. Really press through that back foot. You should feel equal weight in both of your feet, okay? Look out over that middle left finger. Top palm comes up, reversing your warrior. Big exhale. See where you can soften here. Feel that opening in the side body, moving back to warrior two. Reach it as far forward as you can get. Extended angle. Now you want to feel that right side body, the top side really opening. Relax your neck. Exhale. Use your core to come back to your warrior two. Transitioning to your 5-point star. Moving towards a wide forward fold. So how we're going to do that in the chair, everybody's going to line up heels and toes, okay? Straight ahead, and if you're in your chair, you're going to walk back. And if you're on your mat, you may or may not use a block. It's up to you. If you're in your chair, I like to reach my fingertips forward and bring my neck in line with my spine. So just dropping the head so you're looking straight down to the mat. Send that tailbone straight back. Feel that great stretch in the back of your legs. One more big breath here. Inhaling and exhaling. As you bend in the knees and slowly work your feet together and come to mountain pose. Inhale up. Exhale those hands to heart center. Lovely. I'm going to move to warrior one. So behind your chair, that looks like right foot forward, left foot back. Well, it looks like that for everyone. Hands are on the chair if you're in the chair though. Now if you're in a chair, what I like to do is actually take my feet about the width of my chair. That brings the hips forward a little better. But everybody's trying to wrap that left hip around to the front. One or both hands are up. Find that stable position. Feel strong in the legs and lift it in the fingertips. We're going to move to a proud warrior. You're going to feel this in your glutes. See if you can move that arm forward, bicep near the ear with your head as you reach forward. Legs are not moving. Really press through that back foot. That's a strong pose. If you're in the chair, both hands are going to be on the chair. If you're on the mat, you have several options in your warrior three. I'm going to show you from the side. But you're going to walk that right foot back and start to lift your left leg. Now you might just barely lift it today. Maybe you just want to lift your toes and put them back. I recommend not locking out that standing leg. Take a little bend in it. If you can lift it and hold, you've got your elbows out, your chin to the chair, and you might point your top toe towards your standing leg to try to get those hips square. When you're ready, you come back down, set that foot down, step both feet together, inhale up, maybe a back bend again, and exhale, hands to heart. Beautiful, just shake those legs out a little bit. In between here, we'd like to take a nice down dog. This can be done several ways. One way I like to do is just wiggle my fingers out, just like we did for the wide leg fold, and just reach my fingers about beyond the chair while pressing my tailbone straight back. My feet are together. Another option is bringing your forearms to the chair and head down, coming into that V position like you would on a mat, pressing your chest towards your thighs. Take some exhales here, maybe walk your dog out a little bit, lifting those heels one at a time. Should feel really good on those hamstrings and your spine. Now slowly bring yourself to the top of the mat or to your chair, softening in the knees, pull the navel in and inhale up. Exhaling back down to the heart. Moving towards warrior one, that whole series on the left side. Left foot's forward, soften into your left knee, press through your right foot. When you're ready, one or both hands are up. Right hip wrapping forward, left hip moving back so you've got your hips straight across from each other, just like the chair. Feel strong in your legs. Feel like a warrior here, okay? You can control what happens inside. You are a warrior, you're strong. You've got control of your soul. Exhale, moving it forward, reaching forward. Strong legs, even weight in the feet. Feel that. Feel those feet connected to the earth. Getting ready to move to your balance position. If you're in the chair, both hands go to the chair. Step the left foot back. Start to lift that right leg out or up, straight up. Right toes maybe pointing towards the standing leg. Remember, take a little bend in that standing leg. You're working it strong. Next breath, you're slowly bringing the right foot to meet the left foot into high mountain. Adding that back bend if you want. Exhaling, hands to heart. Beautiful. Take a moment just to press those thumbs into that heart space and check in. You just did some hard work. Good. We're going to move to the side of your chair. We'll start on the right side. Actually, we'll start on the left side of the chair with your right foot under forward, triangle on the right side, okay? So if you're in your mat, also right foot forward. Hips are going to be straight ahead, okay? There is no bend in the right leg this time, but it can be a little soft, okay? Hand is on the chair, the top of the chair, or your hand might come to the seat of the chair, but that left hip comes out, moving to a triangle, soft neck. Left arm is going to lift straight up, or you keep it right here on your waist. The idea is to see if you can feel like a nice piece of glass, okay? So you don't want your chest to pitch forward. Keep it straight up, shoulders lined up on top of each other. And you want to feel the opening in the left side body. Good. There's your beautiful triangle. Now this is another slightly challenging pose. The chair does make it way more accessible. If you're on the mat, you might need a block. You're going to place that block in front of your right foot. If you're in your chair, you're going to move your right foot back a little bit so it's right outside the chair, not under it anymore. Still got your hand on the chair or right up here. Now, we're moving to half moon. So bend in that front leg. Bring that hip on top of the other hip. So don't let it move forward like that warrior three. We're lining up our hips, stacking them. If possible, lifting that top leg. And your neck's comfortable. If you're on your mat, you might even dangle those fingers. You want to feel like you're kind of flying in a half moon. It's one of my favorites. Oh, it's fun. Now, if you want, totally optional again, hand might need to come to the hip, but we're going to just take a few kickers here. Heel kicking in and out, straight out. And you can totally be right down here, okay? There's your option. or just keeping that toe on the ground if you want in your triangle. Stepping back to a triangle, I think will do. Straightening that front leg again, right back to your triangle. We're going to take a flow, a vinyasa flow, your choice. Watch Deb for one option. I'll lead you through the chair option. Forward fold, or first a table pose in your chair, halfway lift. Then exhale, fold. Soften the knees. Inhale, rise. Exhale, fold. We'll meet in down dog. Softening your knees, we're going to now move to that high mountain, inhaling up and exhaling, hands to heart. Moving to the other side for our triangle, so move to the other side of your chair, left foot under the chair. Bring your hips square to the front. Straight legs. Arms straight out. Tick-tock that right hip out. Triangle. Remember your options. It's a really nice option to keep your hand up on the chair as well. But whatever you do, I want you to feel that right side opening and relax your neck. Keep that right shoulder back. Press it back. So it should be in line with the left. Beautiful. Moving to our half moon. Are you ready? Slide your foot back if you're with your chair. Bend that left leg. And start to flex the right foot and lift it straight up. You can be right here. And you can be even down here and just lifting your toe off, okay? Find that strength. Tap into it. Using your breath. Feel like you're flying wherever you're at. The chair providing so much comfort. I like to kind of lean my hand against the back of the chair. Take those kickers if you want. Just kicking out. You might be right down here. Just kicking that top leg in and out. Last one. Setting it down. Flowing through your version of a vinyasa. I'll take you through this one. In our table, soft knees, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. I'm going to actually take you through a plank this time if you want to go there. In a chair, hips coming forward. Strong back, strong core, cobra. Lifting your chest. Exhale, meet in down dog. Maybe pedaling those feet out left and right. Good work. Good work. Soften the knees. Inhale. Come all the way up. And exhale to the heart. Moving to balance pose, which Deb will do standing, but I'm going to do it in the chair because we've had a lot of balance already. But this is, think of this more as your big twist for today. We're going to eagle. All right, so starting with the right foot is going to come over left, or right knee over left. If that doesn't work for your knees, you're crossing your ankles, okay? And whatever you're doing, I want you to think about everything hugging right into the midline. So you're not just crossing your legs, you're squeezing those knees together and trying to maybe even wrap that foot around if it's possible. Okay, you take your option, which might just look like this, okay? Now the right arm's going to go out. Stack the left on top of it. Many choices for your arms. You might be here, hands on shoulders. You might be here, which would be in between, and the full expression is where Deb's at. But if you're here, you're trying to press those hands towards each other, trying to get everything to line up with your nose and your belly button. Squeeze it all to the midline, and maybe lift and lower those elbows a bit to get that nice shoulder stretch. Keep your breath flowing here. And when you're twisting, you need a lot of breath. Good. We're going to let those arms fly out and shake the legs out. Let your eagles fly. There we go. Actually, take some big circles with those arms. It's going to feel good. And reverse. We're swimming. All right, changing sides, left over right. Wherever you can go, and you might notice this side is different. If you fall out in your eagle when you're standing, laugh at yourself, okay? It's okay, it's yogi playtime. Left arm out first, right on top. Take your bind, wherever you can go with those arms. Again, noticing it could be different than where you're at on the other side. Where you're hugging everything into the middle. Giving you some time here to feel what's going on in your body. Continue breathing. Good. Wiggle those arms out, shake them out. Uncross the legs, look like a flopping eagle. Let's open the heart. So if you're on your mat, making your way to seated, we're going to just reverse what we just did by really lifting and opening our heart. We're opening from shoulder to shoulder. If you're in the chair, you're grabbing your chair. You're on the edge of your seat, and just like gravity, bring your chest and your chin forward. On the mat, your fingertips are pointed towards your hips. Same motion. You're lifting your chest, lifting your chin, feeling that beautiful heart opener. Nice. Exhale, release. Inhale up to a nice V. And exhale, give yourself a hug. You made it here to yoga today. You're doing great. And release. Bringing your legs out in front of you for a forward fold seated. So if you're in the chair, I'm on the edge of my chair, not too far on the edge, where I feel like I'm falling out. You can have toes up or toes pointed. You're going to take a little hamstring stretch. You're moving forward from your hips, hinging from the hips. So we might lift our arms up to help us. And exhale, moving everything forward. Not trying to become like a little Gumby bear here, but just lifting your chest. If it's too intense to do what Deb's doing, you can also bend your knees. If you're in the chair, you're just kind of using every exhale to walk your fingers down a little further. Again, thinking of your exhale as a big sigh. You're done with the hard part, pretty much. One core exercise, so you can let it all go. On your next inhale, pull that navel and slowly walk your hands up. Shake your legs out a little bit. Keep your legs long if you're on the mat. Bend your knees if you're in the chair. And let's take a little stretch for our spine. Give ourselves a little compression. We're going to hug the right knee in. Now, if that's not an option, you could be right here, hands under the knee. If you can go in further to actually really squeeze it in, again, hands can be under here, that's great. Seated, you're pressing that in as close as you can get. Maybe nose coming to knee. Give it a nice little hug. And then exhale, slowly unwind and set that leg down. Lifting your other leg, same thing. Hug it in as best you can. I forgot on the other leg, but I love to take some ankle circles here too. Nose to knee. Totally optional. Exhale, unwind, set it down, windshield wiper those knees. Loosen those hips out. Almost done here, just a couple more things. I'm going to do a little bit of core work. We're going to take boat. So boat is actually made to be on the mat. So in the chair, it's going to be a little trickier. I think I'm going to show you guys from the side. So when you're in your boat, in your chair, either way, we want to keep our chest lifted. If you start to slump like this, that means you need to back off your expression of boat by just keeping your feet on the ground like Deb's doing right now. You can be there. If you're in your chair, bring your feet out all the way, just like we did for our stretch. Reach your fingers. And if you want, you start to lean back, but don't touch the back of your chair. Hold your core in strong. Maybe lift your feet. Reaching your fingertips for your feet. Reach, reach, reach. Keep breathing. Do not hold your breath. Exhale, bring it down. Stomp your feet out if you're in your chair. Do whatever you need to if you're in your mat. All right, core work. That was great. Okay, moving to a nice hip stretch. So this can be done actually seated in the chair or on your mat on your back. This is our pigeon either supine or in the chair. So you're going to cross your right leg over your left. You could also be right ankle over left ankle, okay, if this just doesn't work to get your leg all the way up. Everybody's hips are so different, and we are holding a lot of tension in our hips. So I don't want you to just play with what expression works best for you here, okay? But if you're in the chair, you're going to exhale and just move your heart. It might be 1/4 of an inch forward. But every time you exhale, play with moving just ever so slightly forward. If you find yourself at that point where you're like, ooh, I feel that, you might want to back off a little bit if that hurts. Most importantly, though, keep that breath moving. I kind of like to picture it going into that outside of my right hip. Deep breaths, untying those knots, letting your stress go. Great opportunity again to pay attention to what's happening in your body. How does your mind feel right now? I'm hoping you're starting to feel a lot more peaceful. Enjoying the sunshine with Deb and I. A couple more breaths here. We need a lot of time with the hips. We're giving them extra love today. Your next breath is going to slowly, if you're in the chair, lifting you up, moving to a twist. In the chair, ours is going to be a nice sciatica stretch as well as a twist. But you're going to just lightly cross your legs. So that same leg, the right knee is going to come up, pulling the belly button in, sitting up tall. Give that knee some compression. Bring it into the center and look over to your right. If you're twisted on your mat, you're looking to the right. Feeling that twist in the navel area. While you're hugging your knee in, you're getting this nice sciatica stretch all up and down the outside of the right leg. One more deep breath cycle here. Let it go. Next big exhale moves you back to center, uncrossing your legs, maybe windshield wiper again. Whatever you need to do here to transition to your other side. Okay, so if you were able to bring your leg up on the other side and you can't on this one, it's the way it is. You just notice that, and notice maybe how every time you practice this, you might be able to do a little more than you did last time. But no judgment, just accept where your body is at. Again, using that breath to come to a deeper place in this hip opener, but not forcing it, right? Again, using that quiet to reflect on that control that you have in this interior space that we'll call your soul today. I hope you can find rest in there. I hope you can find peace that is not dependent on circumstances and not dependent on what someone says you can or cannot do. Because nobody can touch this without your permission. Couple more breaths. You feel that opening in the left hip. Breathe into it. I think I could stay here all day, but we want to try to be somewhat even on both sides. This feels great. Moving real slowly with your pace, right? Let's move to that twist. Sitting up tall if you're in the chair, bringing the left knee straight up as best you can. Sit up tall, hug your knee in, maybe full arm or just one hand presses it to the middle. Sit up tall, twist to the left. So if you're on your mat, gaze to the left, knees to the right. Enjoy that. How does that feel in your spine? Soak it in. And good for you for taking some time for yourself today. Because how are you going to care for other people if you're not taking care of yourself, right? You got a lot of people to take care of right now, no doubt. Inhale, come back to center. And slowly unwind. Again, just take a little windshield wiper. I would actually like to go to a cobbler for a minute. We've got some time here. So if you're on your mat, soles of the feet are coming together. Same thing in a chair. Soles of the feet are together. If you have a block, it could even be under your feet. If you'd like an extra arm stretch and you're on your mat, maybe your hands come up over your head like this. But in the chair, we're going to take an additional arm stretch here by just taking that right arm across the body, hugging it in, wiggling your fingers. Maybe make a fist, open, another fist, spread the fingertips wide, and then release. Feet are staying where they're at. Sweep the left arm across, hug it in tight, make a fist and open, make a fist and open. Wiggle those fingers and release. Good. Soles of the feet can come together. If you're on the mat, stay or hug both knees in tight, whatever you want. We're trying to stretch the spine out right now. So if you're on your mat, really deep compression, just hug those knees and maybe rock side to side. In the chair, we're going to take a lovely mixing bowl, which I like to add the cat-cow movement in my mixing bowl. I call it mixing bowl because it's like you're mixing up some cookies, right? Make it as big as you want, right? Chest comes forward, belly button pulls in as you come back. Let's reverse those circles. Moving the heart forward as you come forward, rounding your back as you come to the back of the chair. One more time. Slowly coming to center, coming to stillness. If you're on the mat, we're melting into our final resting pose, Shavasana. With the idea here, I'm going to move a little closer to you, with the idea of letting everything go, all right? Most important posture you'll do today. This is what's going to bring that sympathetic nervous system down a little bit. There is nothing to hold here. There's nothing you have to do. That's a lovely thing. You are practicing the fine art of just being right now. As you feel the weight of your heels, if you're on the mat, you feel your hips softening, shoulders softening. Everybody releases tongue from the top of the mouth. Jaw might come open. Eyebrows relaxed. Eyes closed, or gaze might be to the floor if you're in your chair. Not holding anything. A few more breaths here. Of course, you always have the option to pause the video and stay here. In these times, I actually recommend a good 10 minutes of Shavasana, if not more. That's really what it takes for your nervous system to kind of come on down. Continue to soak it in. This time where nothing is expected of you. For the sake of the video, though, we'll slowly move out of this. If you're on your mat and in your chair, we're all going to start to wiggle our fingers and toes and just bring a little awareness back to the body, very gently, okay? Very gentle with yourself. If you're on your mat, slowly rolling over to your side in the fetal position. If you're in your chair, maybe just a couple of gentle shoulder rolls. So our idea here is this love that you're showing yourself right now, this gentleness that you're giving yourself, I'd love for that to carry over into the rest of your day. For you to be very gentle with yourself. Okay, we are in unusual times requiring a lot of grace for yourself and, of course, those around you. The more grace you give yourself, the more grace you're going to pass on. Let's close our class with a big inhale of gratitude, fingertips separating, palms working together. Pull that gratitude to your heart. Again, thumbs working into your heart space. Thank you for practicing with Deb and I today. Namaste. Well done, everyone. Have a great day. Take care of yourselves.